It's a great time. I love it. The showcases are always great because a lot of the comics take their time throughout the month, go up on various stages in VRchat. There's a lot of other stages like Fail to Render, After Hours Comedy Night, Out of Pocket. They go to all those venues. They practice their jokes, and then they do good. They might get a spot up on a Punchline, and usually by the showcases, the jokes are pretty well put together, and you can get a pretty killer show.
Welcome to Metaverse Degen. I'm Lion.
I'm Old Man Raptor, and we got one hell of a guest, and that is...
Hi, I'm Gambino.
Hi, Gambino. Thank you very much for joining us. It's an absolute pleasure.
Appreciate it. This is going to be crazy. And if you want to know why I'm laughing, folks, he's eating taters. Okay, we'll talk about that one later. Yeah.
Well, let's start with the starting question we give everybody. What are you most known for? How'd you get started, and how'd you get into VRchat?
That's a loaded question. I don't know what I'm most... I guess Punchline Comedy is what I'm most known for.
It's a loaded tater.
It is loaded. I put cheese. Got me into VRchat, you said?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you most known for? How'd you get into VRchat and into Punchline Comedy, as you said you're known for?
Now, probably most known for Punchline Comedy. What got me into VRchat? Same thing as everybody else, crippling loneliness, alcoholism, and COVID.
Fair. Oh. So from when you start...
Biggest thing, what come first? Whoops, sorry.
So from when you started then, back when COVID, obviously, what got you into Punchline Comedy and what got you started with comedy?
Punchline Comedy wasn't until later. I kind of just started VRchat basically like anybody else did. Just chill, nice, drinking with some random people. About like that. Punchline wasn't until, I don't know, a few years later. Probably like 2021, 2022. I met Alaskan, and he found me in a random ass world, and I was just blasted off my ass, on alcohol. He was like, "Dude, you're something else. You should come try and do comedy." I was like, "All right, let's go."
Okay.
Simple.
Hey, sometimes the best adventures go very simply. Not everything involves, "Hey, hold my beer."
Yeah, wait a minute. What's the first weirdest thing you ever saw in VR when you first came in?
Furries.
Okay. No problem. No argument there. Okay.
I thought, I was a dumb-minded fucking 20-year-old when I first got into this game. I'm turning 25 next week. Fucking crazy.
Oh,
wow.
But I did like what anybody else thought they could do when they got in VR. It's like, hey, let's go screw with the furries. And we went to this one furry world. It's like a hotel, and it's got like rooms and stuff in this world. And so we were like waddling around the hotel, and we knocked on the door at one of the rooms, and it turned out to be two Japanese furries, and they were fucking each other.
Oh
boy.
Interesting.
Weird ass story behind that, dude.
Oh, why is that?
Oh, dude, because I knocked on the door and I froze in fear. I found my fight or flight. My friends, they dipped off, they respawned. I froze in fear. I was bewildered with what I saw in front of me. It was two big ass dragons, and I just see these two massive dragon cocks in front of me. Is that too much to say for this?
No, that's it's perfectly fine. We get the picture.
I froze in fear, dude. I froze.
Wait a minute. If you're frozen in fear, were you scared because it was bigger than what you're used to, or just one of those things?
Everything was bigger than me, dude.
Gotcha. Well, I won't ask anymore. more details.
Dude, it was weird because, I just hear some Japanese guy go, "Uru, kinky boy." I'm like, I'm not a kinky boy. Fuck off.
Wow. God.
So once Alaskan pulled you from drinking into Punchline, what was some of your first
still drink.
acts like? Okay.
What was some of my first what? Sorry.
What some of your first shows like, and what were you expecting it to be like after he convinced you to go?
I didn't write any jokes in the beginning. It was kind of just I got drunk and I went up on stage and I just shit talked the crowd. That was about all I did. I'd see like a femboy in the crowd, like that guy takes it up the ass. Look at that, very, very basic. And then it was fun. It was fun because a lot of people would show up and we just get drunk and we just fucked around on stage and we did skits in the beginning. So we had like skits that we'd put together just with complex scenarios and we try to make the funniest shit out of it.
Oh. So
it was a good time.
Sounds like a good time. What were some of your more memorable moments from those times or favorite skits?
The Nazi bunker.
Oh.
I think we did a skit where it was like the end of the war and we were Nazis in a bunker figuring out what to do now.
Oh.
I don't know. Fucking jokes write themselves. Like, what do we do? Should we? I don't know. We'll pretend we're the Jews. I don't know.
All right. So,
we had one where Dad finds. I think we had one where Dad finds out his son is a furry playing VRchat.
Oh. I can see why that would be funny.
That was an interesting.
Well, okay, what made it interesting?
The disappointment.
The disappointment. The disappointment. Okay. I don't know how to ask questions with some of this going on because I might get myself into trouble.
Well,
sometimes you have to just self-reflect a bit. Like, I'm just some dude on a video game talking to furries right now. If my parents saw this, I don't know what they'd think.
Well, I am human on the other side of the screen, young man. I'm sorry I don't run around in anything else. I just, sorry I don't walk out of my front door and go, God, today is the best day of my life. I got my outfit on. You think anybody's gonna notice?
Today's a wonderful day to piss on the front lawn.
I wished I could do that. Problem is the neighbors will be selling tickets, going, God damn, you wonder if he's gonna get a 10-foot shot or a 12. Yeah,
like a freak show from the 1900s. Like, get a load of this guy. Fucking look at this shit.
Yeah, look at this shit, man. This is better than fucking go to the movies now. We can do it right here. Yeah, that's pretty much the way it goes in any small town. Everybody else knows everybody else's shit. Yeah, it's crazy.
I hear you.
So from when you started, how much has your comedy changed since you've been going to Punchline?
A lot. At some point, I realized I should probably start writing jokes down. Figuring out a punchline, and started actually figuring out jokes, writing down jokes, trying them out, doing full 30-minute long sets with the jokes that I perfected over time, and then actually meeting up with Alaskan and actually going out to a lot of comedy clubs in real life. And just getting out and seeing that scene was a lot of fun.
Oh, how was the real life scene different from what you experienced with Alaskan here in Punchline?
It's a lot harder. It's a lot harder. I could come on here and tell a lot of VR chat jokes, right? I can talk about my experience getting raped by 2 Japanese furries. A lot that'll resonate with the crowd a lot here. But if I try to go up on stage and do that in real life, they'll be like, "Oh my God, he's stupid."
Oh, so
you definitely have to do a lot more generalized jokes. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no, it's all good. I was going to ask you, how did you learn to tell different jokes from those first experiences, from what you used to here versus there?
Just generalize your jokes for a broader audience instead of more generalized people.
Okay.
So instead of telling VR chat specific jokes, I'll talk about a lot of stuff that goes on in my personal life. Or a lot of things that I see out in the world instead of in a game.
Okay.
Usually that resonates. A lot of the stuff that happens in the world resonates with everybody instead of like one specific thing resonating with a specific crowd.
Okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense. So was learning to do that kind of thing, writing jokes, easy for you, or did it take some guidance from someone?
A lot of guidance, and we used to do a lot of writing sessions with a lot of the other comics, and we'll run through each other's jokes, brainstorm between each other, figure out ideas, figure out better punchlines, better setups, and then a lot of it is actually going out and practicing at the open mics. So like actually going to like the VR or like the actual open scene.
Okay. What were you
Definitely a lot of preparation and trial and error.
Oh, what were you expecting your first show to like, and what was it like?
Expectations were low because open mics, they don't tell you. Open mics in real life, there's no audience. The audience is just full of comedians, and everybody thinks they're the next hottest shit, right? And so nobody laughs at your fucking jokes. So you might have like a crowd of like 10 people, just that's it, or maybe even less. Like when my first open mic, there was maybe 15 people out in the crowd, and half of them were my friends. And then the other like 10 people did not laugh because, you know, they thought their jokes were way better or something like that. And it didn't help because my first time going up on stage at an open mic, I was very high on mushrooms.
Oh.
And my world was all kinds of crazy. And I tried going up and doing jokes, and everything left my brain. And I just went, guys, I got to be honest, the floor's opening up into a black hole right now.
Oh.
But I definitely bombed. My jokes did not hit. I forgot everything. I got nervous, and it happens. And it's like that. It's that anxiety that you get, and you know the drugs probably didn't help.
Probably not. So what made you want,
Yeah.
did you ever go back after that? And if so, what made you want to try again?
Oh, same night.
Oh, wow.
Went back to another show the next day. I actually went up at a pretty big club out in Austin on 7th Street called Creek in the Cave. And I woke up, and they said they were going to go for a mic. A few friends of mine, it was Alaskan and another friend, Travis, they said they were going to go to a mic and try out earlier in the day. And it was a bucket pool, meaning you signed up through a bucket pool. So it's kind of like a switch off, right? They'll have a more well-known comic go up, and then in between the well-known comics, they'll do a bucket pool to bring up a, you know, brand new name. And there was an open mic right after that we were going to hit up. And we decided, it was like, hey, if none of us get drawn first, we'll just go off and go to the other open mic where we're actually guaranteed a spot, because this place had well over 100 people in it. And so we're like, you know, screw it. If none of us get called up, we'll just leave. And they do the first bucket poll, and they're like, Gambino. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I don't have anything prepared. And on a more sober mind, I actually did a half decent set. And I was happy with it.
So what kind of jokes did you tell up on the stage when you got your name pulled out of the bucket, and what was the crowd like?
I came up with a joke the night prior. It was more so reminiscing about an experience getting into Austin and how we went to this one restaurant, and our bartender at the restaurant was some big conspiracy theorist guy. And it was a very upscale fucking restaurant, right? And I was like, you know, You know, Austin's weird when you even go to like some upscale restaurant and your bartender is talking to you about how Joe Biden apparently died in 2018. All right, Austin's a crazy ass place, and I can't remember the other jokes off the top of my head, but I could probably go back and figure them out.
Ah, that's all right, man. So, do you prefer your the sets in real life or what you do here and here in VR?
It depends. I know I'm 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna bomb on a real life stage because it's definitely a lot harder crowd. Meanwhile, I could come in here and hit probably 50% of the time.
Okay.
It's definitely a lot easier crowds here. There's a lot more people showing up and a lot more people that I'm acclimated with. So,
Okay. I can understand that. So, if when you're doing comedy over time, getting better with your jokes and stuff, how long did it take you to find where you did best and what kind of writing style you chose?
uh, it definitely was a lot of trial and error. I definitely like sticking to a more bro style comedy, like the frat guy kind of thing. But as for writing jokes, I can vary. I might think of a funny setup and I'll try to figure out a punchline, or I'll think of a punchline and try to figure out a setup. Like recently my dad called me gay and I thought, that'd probably be a funny ass punchline for a joke,
Okay.
So,
okay. Well, when you get a punchline like that, tell us about how you will write the setup to it or how you would write a joke normally.
so let's take that for example, right? It was more so I just explained the context of it because it was just a funny thing in general. My dad called me gay because, we're basically bros with each other.
Mhm.
It's my dad, but I never really tell him I love you.
Yeah.
And, we were drunk recently and I was like, you know what, fuck it, Dad. I love you. And I want you to know that. And he was like, it's cool if you're gay. You can tell me.
I would have popped up and said, "Okay, Dad, I'm gay, but does that make you? What's that make you then?" I'm married
I was
to
like,
your
all
mother.
right, Dad.
That don't mean
I was like, all right,
shit.
Dad, chill.
That don't mean shit. That don't mean shit.
Just the actual, like, punchline itself being my dad being like, if you're gay, it's cool, but I guess the setup would be, my dad and I are very much bro to bro with each other. Like, we're car guys, we love cars, fucking drinking alcohol, we enable each other, that type of thing. That's kind of how I preface a joke and set it up, and then, I was trying to project a little bit of vulnerability with him. He calls me gay. It's funny as hell.
When you pass a joke to your dad and everything else, do you get a laugh at him, or does he just look at you strange like, what the fuck?
Oh, we love comedy. We talk comedy a lot whenever I visit.
Okay.
He's very old school. He likes people like Robin Williams and a lot of the older heads. And I talk a lot of like Shane Gillis, Bill Burr, a lot of the newer guys, especially Kill Tony. Take a lot of inspiration from a lot of the people that come on there.
Okay. Now, did they ever inspire you to do comedy, or did it take Alaska to pull you out of the world you're in?
No, it was Alaskan. I watched comedy a little bit on the side, but it was Alaskan that really pulled me into it. My parents wanted me to go to college.
Okay. So are you pursuing comedy as a career now?
No, hobby.
Okay.
I have a pretty good career as is right now. And kind of just do comedy on the side for fun with the friends.
Okay. So what about this whole experience makes you keep on doing jokes and comedy in both real life and VR as a hobby?
Socialize with people. I go up, tell some jokes for attention, and people laugh at it, and I feel good.
Okay.
And then I don't do good, and I feel bad, and I want to go drink more to feel good, you know?
Okay. So, what was that first moment where that made you decide I want to do more of this? What made you want to pursue it?
My friends supporting me.
Okay.
They're very supportive people. If I do shit, they're like, "You're doing shit. Try again." Hey, you did good. Keep going. I don't know. It's just something about it that feels nice to have people who are pretty vetted in the scene tell you to keep going at it.
That's a common one we hear from a lot of people most of the time, is that their friends or someone keep on pushing them. So I can very much understand that sentiment. We hear it quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, friends are great.
Yeah, I
Keep
know
them
that.
around.
I know that feeling. I've been on the stage once for the setup. Man, you're talking about fucking nervous as a son of a bitch, and it just was weird. But
Oh, you
3
get the
minutes
shaky
to try to
legs?
put. Well, it didn't have the shaky legs. You know, I'm pretty short and all that kind of crap. But the day that I finally got up there and everything else like this, I had a little bit of what, and it was mostly just the shit I usually pull. But I'm the kind of person I gotta have somebody to pick on, right? You know,
Yeah.
that's the way I work. But I was standing there and standing out in the crowd, and this lady was fucking. They told the keeper, don't don't say anything when the guy's doing the comedy. And this lady was up there in the corner, and she just was making all this weird fucking noises. And everybody was telling her to shut the fuck up, bitch. I just wanted to jump on that wagon so bad and go over and go, "You can talk to me. I'm your therapist." I just wanted to do that so fucking bad to get somebody to throw something at me so I could pick back. Because that's the way I work. And me and Lionel are that way all the time. We pick on each other left and right, man. I asked I think it was Travis that was up there. I asked him, have you ever had two people on stage, one picking on the other one? He goes, no, but that'd be interesting, and never did take it any further. Never took it
Yeah.
any further.
We did a roast battle at Punchline one time. It was at the VRU Oasis or whatever.
Hmm?
With a castle. They let us on their venue, and we did a roast battle. And I was on the last roast battle for the night, and it was between a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine, Angel Noob, and everybody else went up, and they had these pre-written jokes, and they were all ready, prepared to go, and they went at each other, guns blazing, talking the most shit. And then Angel and I went up, and we hadn't written anything, and we just started talking about how much we loved each other. Like, man, you're not that bad of a guy. I love you so much. And he came back at me like, dude, you're honestly not that bad of a guy. I really appreciate your existence on this earth. And everybody's like, is this a roast battle or fuck? Are they gonna fuck on stage?
Oh.
But
Well,
nah, the roast battles are a lot of fun.
Side turn's a side turn, no matter what. Yeah, me and Lion would have no problem with that situation, picking on each other.
Well,
Mhm.
speaking of the roast battle, I remember hearing from both Alaska and Ultra Prime some of the various things that Punchline does for shows. What are some of your favorites that are offered, and what are some of your favorite experiences from the venue?
They do a Kill Tony tribute. That's pretty cool. Basically each comic, I'm pretty sure they've already talked about this. Each comic is only allotted like a minute of time to go up on stage and do their best jokes. And then if they do great, they get the praise, maybe a little bit of roasting on the person. And if they do awful, the person gets ripped into by the panelists. It's fun being a panelist and shit talking people because I can just let loose.
That'd be fucked up. I'd love to see that. That'd be so fucking interesting to see. Wow.
Okay.
It's a great time. I love it. The showcases are always great because a lot of the comics take their time throughout the month, go up on various stages in VRChat. There's a lot of other stages like fail to render, after hours comedy night, out of pocket. And they go to all those venues. They practice their jokes, and then they do good. They might get a spot up on a Punchline, and usually by the showcases, the jokes are pretty well put together, and you can get a pretty killer show.
Okay. So, what are some of your favorite jokes you've told from on the stage, and what are some of the ones that didn't really land?
Oh, you want me to pull up the notes? I can go grab my phone.
How big's your notes?
What?
It's like 50 pages.
Damn.
What's funny, Lion, is everybody uses their phone when they're doing this.
Well, it's convenient.
3 minutes.
It's convenient.
Well, yeah,
free.
I got that.
It's
but
free.
nobody
You expect me to
nobody
go out and
tells
buy
me
it?
this shit. Nobody tells me. I'm shooting from the hip. I'm just going off the shit that I usually mouth off and everything else like this. And you get these guys, and you're sitting out and watching and learning. I've only went through a couple of their shows, and you're sitting there watching. The guy go, "Hold on, goddamn it! I got a joke here. I got to pull it off my fucking phone." What? Phone? This ain't fair. Nobody told me this. None of this is in the fucking description when you go up on that stage. But these guys were really throwing it down, and I just got a kick out of fuck. I didn't even want to go up there. I just wanted to listen to them because I was laughing so fucking hard. And everything else like this. So, yeah. Let's see what you got and what you can throw. I want to hear this.
That's funny you mentioned that though, because I can write notes on my phone. It's free. All right, I have an infinite journal in my phone. But what's funny as hell is watching Alaskan. He actually has a joke book. He has we call it his dream journal. And this motherfucker was going up on stage in Austin with this big ass notebook and reading his jokes out of this notebook like he's actually reading them. And dude, I couldn't help it. I had to heckle the guy. I was like, "Get that dream journal the fuck out of here, dude." Ass motherfucker.
Cheating bitch. That's what I would have said. That's not fair. What the hell? Can't you remember squat? What do you need? Somebody be talking in your ear?
Notes. Mics.
Oh, no. But, it's like blind leading the blind, right? You're going to see where you're going to go with this situation, right?
Maybe using this AI would be fun.
Hello, user. You appear to be searching for the Metaverse Degen.
Oh, great. I think it's broken. The link. Just look at metaversedegen.card.co. There should be something over there for you to enjoy.
And Lion and Raptor. Consume content. Join the cult.
Did it just say cult? Okay. Yeah, no, we're cutting this before this gets weird. Just go to the link. It's right down there somewhere. All right. Bye. And a huge thanks to those who have subscribed to our Patreon, such as Niche, Future Oracle, Aliquum, Forbidden Zero, and Frozen. Thank you all very much for being there.
You gotta read it like you're actually telling a joke. You can't just read it like you're reading a book. Imagine it, and here's a joke right here. Imagine reading the joke like you're actually reading a book. Like if I read this like, "You guys ever have sex with a woman who uses baby powder on her pussy?"
Yeah, it's called use a marker and put them in a wet spot. You might find the right spot before
you gotta throw some embellishment in there. You gotta embellish that shit. Like, you guys ever fuck a bitch who puts baby powder on her pussy? Come on.
Only if she puts the X on the wet spot, so I know where to land. I don't want to be, plugging her brain and skull fucking her on the way out the door.
I love that joke, by the way.
I just added to your joke. Hey, this guy just gave me some more shit.
I can tell you the punchline to that shit. That's a setup.
Oh.
Probably so. I'm listening. Go ahead. I'm listening.
You ever fuck a woman who puts baby powder on her pussy?
I just told you. I only look for the X for the wet spot, so I know I'm making sure I'm hitting it.
Well, don't worry, dude. Trust me. if she's got baby powder on her pussy, it feels like you're rock climbing with your penis. All right.
Oh. In my case, it'd be just the hook trying to get in.
Gross.
Oh. So
that joke always hits.
What's another one you have?
Yeah.
What's another one you have? I'm curious.
It's a little political. If you're ready to get political.
Let's go. Hit us with it.
Yeah. Well,
I can't wait for this generation to start dying off, because we'll eventually start seeing pronouns on the gravestones.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Imagine walking up to a they them gravestone. You're like, how many motherfuckers they got down there, you know?
God. Paralyze it, this, that, them, all the above, and here we go. Gotcha. Then the back of the stone at the bottom says turn over.
What is it?
What is it? Turn over. Go to the back of the stone. Oh my God.
Oh my Lord.
Oh.
A lot of my jokes I did in the past were very racially motivated.
Oh.
That's also the VR chat crowd.
Well, that's fair. So, did your jokes change at all over time as you did them? Did you start off like, as we were told by other comedians, the whole got to be as offensive as possible, then land somewhere more normal? Do you kind of stick with the whole?
Well, everybody starts off edgy. You want to try and prove a point. I definitely told some edgy jokes in the past, but you kind of get to a point where it's like, you know, hey, I said something funny. I'm going to write it down and work on it later.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
Like, hey, something funny happened in my life. You know, maybe I can work off of that.
All right. Where would you get your inspiration for some of your jokes or stories you tell?
Like other comedians? Or just in general?
In general.
Because inspiration comes from everywhere.
Okay.
You know, I might get inspiration from hearing another comic's joke. You know, it's like, I can probably write something similar or inspiration off of that. Like, you know, I might hear something they might say, and it's like, you know what, I got a different punchline or a different setup and a punchline similar to that. Or something, like I said, funny in life happens. Like, I got in a road rage incident last night, and I thought that was funny as fuck. So I wrote a joke off of that. You know, just anything and everything in life.
Okay.
You gotta find the funny in life.
I think that's a lesson a lot of people need to learn, is finding the funny in life.
Yeah.
No doubt.
You know, Trump got elected. It's gonna be a fucking funny ass year, I'll tell you that.
Most definitely. So, what was some of the best advice you'd be given in terms of writing or telling your jokes?
Write a lot, get up on stage. Everybody's got to develop their own style. All I can tell you to do is just practice.
What's reaction do you get when somebody comes up after you do your stand up and stuff like this and sit and stand there and talk to you? What reaction do you get usually?
After my set or after somebody else's set?
Your set.
If I do good, they'll come up and they'll be like, hey man, you did great tonight. If I did bad, they'll avoid me at all costs.
Avoid you? Like you're the fucking
like, he did shit. Okay. Fuck that guy.
Okay. Wow, okay.
Or, you know, some of my closer friends will be like, hey dude, that sucked. I was like, all right.
Okay. What have been some of your more memorable responses to your sets or jokes?
I think I did a bad night one night, and I was kind of bummed about it. And a friend of mine came up, he's like, hey, you'll get there. Like, what do you I'm working on it. He's like, you'll get there.
Jeez.
What made that memorable?
I was like, where can I improve? He was like, fuck, start over.
Start over.
I was like, all right.
Okay. What else can I do? Be right back. I'll get me another beer. Yeah, I can see that.
That was my reaction afterwards. I was like, all right, fuck, we're getting drunk tonight.
Yeah, I gotta cry in my beer. I'm gonna get 6. Okay, no problem.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, that's a fair point. So, how many shows have you done in IRL and VR chat since you started?
IRL, right around a dozen. VR chat, too much to count.
Okay. All right, I'm asking another
I'm
one.
not vetted in the real life scene. I'm still very brand new to it.
Ah. So,
Well, not brand new, just I haven't had the time to get out, more so say.
do you plan on still going out to it?
Not in the near future. I live too far away. I got a new job recently, making better money, and that job required me to move away from the big city.
Okay, that's understandable. Okay.
So,
Well, I guess with that said, when you first started telling your jokes and you started dealing with the crowds, do you do a lot of crowd work or do you do a lot of like just telling stories in your jokes?
that's a great question. Initially, I only did crowd work, right? Because, like I said, it was just me getting drunk, going up on stage, and riffing off of people. Talk about what happened in my life, talking to the crowd, that sort of thing. And as I wrote my jokes out more, it was a lot less crowd work. But you have to find a balance for it, right? I think it's great to get the crowd engaged. Like, always asking questions to the crowd, like that my dad called me gay joke earlier. I asked the crowd, I was like, who here has a loving father? I try to get some crowd engagement. Or I might ask somebody, I was like, you still got a father figure in your life? And they're like, no. I was like, all right. I don't know, it's always good to get the crowd engaged, and if you get a heckler in the crowd, if you can, beat them down. Fuck that person. They're the biggest piece of shit to you in that moment. They're interrupting your comedy set for themselves, all right? Fuck that guy. Riff off of them as much as you can.
So
definitely love crowd work.
How often does that happen to you?
Not as much as it used to. Everybody's kind of very tame now. But I remember, like, a lot of the time I hear some femboy in the corner talking their ass off to their friends. I'll be like, all right, that guy fucking sucks. All right, what do you do for a living? And they're like, I'm the computer. I work IT. I was like, you look like you work IT, you gay ass motherfucker. But not as much anymore. Everybody's very tame now, so I always try to get the crowd engagement by just interacting with them. It's always good to interact with the crowd. It keeps them engaged and, keeps it... It's like filler.
Yeah.
Like, always take the time to ask the crowd and shit.
Okay. How did you deal with your first few hecklers and people who'd interrupt?
I was drunk. It was always louder is funny. I'd always try to be the loudest person. And just basically attack their person. That's all it was, just attacking them for who they are. Kind of a piece of shit thing to do, I know.
Hey. So, what have been
some furry tries to heckle, I'll be like, I'll put you on a leash, bitch. Watch your mouth.
Okay. So what has been some of your more favorite crowd interactions that wasn't upsetting or interruptive?
The trans.
Cool.
Be like, who here is trans? All right, I know a trans person that transitioned in 2001. That's a crazy time to transition. You think about it.
There it is.
It's a crazy ass joke setup. You know, you think about it, right? Because you watch the Twin Towers fall, right? You watch one tower fall, then you watch two, and they look at your dick, and you're like, fuck it, let's do another one.
Oof.
God.
Oh,
A
I
lot
see.
of it's in the moment. It's tough to come to mind, though.
Okay, that's a fair point. So, what have been some of the roughest lessons you've learned on stage?
Just when your jokes suck. If your joke sucks, you won't get laughs.
Okay.
If you've worked really hard on a joke, you've written it out, you think you got it down, and then you go up and you tell it, and nobody fucking laughs, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna kill myself tonight.
Hmm. How do
That
you
kind of thing.
handle it when you bomb mask?
Revert back to a joke that works. Save face. I don't know.
Okay. Do you remember when you first bombed and it hit home?
I never let it hit home.
Okay.
Never let it hit home. You let it hit home, you're gonna get dissuaded from doing comedy.
Okay.
Take it on the chin. Move on.
That's some good advice.
It goes with anything in life.
Well, it's a really good thing to do, a good mindset to have. Don't let things bother you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, of course.
Okay. Do you find it easy then to if you revert back to a joke that works to recover from something like that?
You can always make light of your joke bombing. You know, if your joke doesn't hit with the crowd, you know, you could say something like, very politically charged joke. You know, and you could be like, all right, well, fuck, guess there's a lot of Democrats in the crowd tonight. You know, something like that. And just try and make light of the situation that you fucked up.
Okay. Whoa. So, what has been a few moments in your stand-up that made you say, "This is why I'm doing what I'm doing"? Something like that. Something that meant a lot to you.
There's no. God, I might not understand the joke. Explain?
No, it's not a joke. Were there any times doing stand-up, either in VRChat or real life, that made you feel like this is why I picked this as a hobby? Something that meant a lot to you when you in the experience.
Honestly, the good times with friends. Fucking, that's about it. Just having a great time with my homies.
Okay, that's a fair point. Alrighty, well, Mr. Gambino, thank you very much for letting us get to know and meet you and hear your story. It's been absolutely amazing, man. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
God damn.
Oh,
Damn great.
Oh, it's been nice.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, last
Goes
few
fast when
questions.
you're not thinking about it.
Oh yeah, last few
Ask some
questions.
I got questions for you.
Oh,
Oh, really? What do you have, young
Yeah.
man? I want to hear this.
What got you into VR chat?
I bought a headset during COVID, and I just wanted to
What
do
did I
it.
tell you?
Yeah, oh yeah, no, it's COVID.
What did I say?
I bought a headset
Like
during
everybody
COVID.
else.
Oh yeah, I did get a VR. I did buy it for VRChat though. I bought it for Half-Life Alyx, and then I finished it and figured, what the fuck do I do with this $1,100 expense? So I just downloaded VRChat, a couple other games, and I've never looked back since.
All right. What made you get into interviewing people?
A friend went, "Lion, I want to do a thing. I need help," and then I decided to hop on, help him, and then he stopped for work, and then just, "Here you go, Lion. I don't do it anymore. You do it," and then I dragged his happy ass in here.
All right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right. That's cool.
Yeah.
And you, mister, you keep talking like Mr. Old Man over here. How old are you?
I am. I'm 55, dude.
Oh. Sorry, that was so rude.
shut you
That was
down.
so rude. That was
Shut
so
you
rude.
down. Oh,
I'm so sorry.
No, don't be rude. You're not being rude because I'm used to it. I hear it all the fucking time.
It's still rude,
the
even
biggest one,
if you are used to it. Fuck, that's my bad.
no, and most of them go, "You're old enough to be my dad," and you stand back and going, the way my sex life back when I was it could be, you might be one of my kids. Who the fucking knows? And then they just shut up and walk away because they don't know how to react to it. So
That's
yeah.
wild.
Oh, I've seen. Yeah. So yeah. And your question on that one is, I didn't come into VR. I got it for my daughter because she has anxiety problems, and I bought a headset for her. And I tried it out, and she mentioned it, and I put it on and fell in love with the headgear and all that kind of stuff. And went into VR and saw how much fun it was before COVID kicked in. And then I turned around and bought her. I kept the headset that I started with because I wanted to see what it was like. And then bought her another one for herself. And then not too long ago, mine took shit after 5 years, and she still has hers, and she comes on once in a great while. So, and she's working now. So, yeah.
There you go. And you put on that headset, and you got on here, and you decided, I'm gonna be a tiny dog with a cowboy hat.
No, actually, I started out. I started out as something small. I started out with something small and just stuck with it, and then I found I like foxes and stuff like this, so I just went into it instead. Yeah, I catch
You're a
all
furry
kinds of
now.
crap. No, just a fox.
Furry.
Yeah, furry. Oh boy. Yeah, I get that crap too all the time. You're a furry, right? No, I don't go outside my house in a furry costume just to make sure the neighbors have something.
Hey, you was talking to me about pissing on the front lawn, all right?
I used to. I don't give a shit. I piss out my front porch. I don't give a rat's ass.
Oh shit!
I'm sure we've all done it.
You
At least
and
once.
shit.
Oh, initially I wanted to find an avatar. I used a bunch of E-boys, and I thought they were immensely boring because they all looked the same, couple of flashy metal things, and I thought they sucked. So I just kept on world hopping for avatars till I found Scottish Rippers worlds for little notchy looking things, and I liked it. And here I am now with something made by Odo Goldenpaw, but I just thought the avatars looked a lot better. Something a little more basic than the flashy, half-naked, 7-8 foot tall thing.
That is a valid argument. I would consider that as more gay.
You go into a black cat 9 times out of 10, you're just going to see E-boys, E-girls, and all of them are stereotypical and they look the same. They never dress differently.
Dude, I know what you mean, dude. You go to the fucking one of the roles, you got this one big ass E-boy pretending to be daddy, and he's got like fucking 3 girls and possibly like fucking 1 guy in there, pretending to be a girl. And he's like doing the shitty ass fake ass voice. I'm very good for you, aren't I? I'm daddy. Like, you know what I mean? Fucking those fake ass E-boys. Fuck those guys. They're the biggest piece of shits.
I hear those things all the time, and I want to die on the inside.
Those guys are the biggest. I walk up, I'm like, what do you do for a living? He's like, I'm unemployed right now. I'm in between jobs. Hey, no, you've never had a job in your fucking life, pussy. Fuck those guys.
Yep. So I initially got into the style avatar being a furry because those avatars suck. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like them.
I respect it.
Hey, I've always been a person to each their own. If you want to wear E-boy, hey, you do you. It's not my style. If you want to be a furry, be a furry. If you want to be a trash can with giant fucking eyeballs, hey, you be you, man.
And everybody want to be a rubber dildo running around for everybody to sit on, go, more power to you. I don't give a rat's ass. I'm too fucking open-minded. I don't care. You pick what you pick.
That's respectful. Like what he said, you can do whatever you want, but I'm gonna make fucking fun of you for doing it. All right, hey. To be fair,
you go ahead and make fun of us. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I get so much
Hey.
shit from all different directions, and you just sit there and laugh at them. That pisses them off more than anything in the world.
You know, I can make as much fun as I want about you guys. You know, you being a little tiny dog with a cowboy hat, but I'm literally sitting here talking to you about it. So it doesn't. I'm in the same boat with you. All right, I'm here talking with you about it. All right, willingly.
The
It
only
doesn't
thing,
fucking bother me.
nothing against his avatar, but I'm just waiting for what bank he's going to go rob and making sure he's got a driver to get him away.
I just hope he has a tiny revolver.
He probably does. If you're not saying you're gay, he probably does.
God, this game is something, dude. It brings out the true person inside of you.
Well, to be fair, a lot of people hop in this thing and use the avatar headset like a mask, so you could be whatever you really wish yourself to be. So even those e-boys pretending to be daddy is just being the thing they wish they were.
They could be. Think about it.
Dude, that was a good ass roast. It's like, you wish you were this. You don't get no bitches. Oh,
you
shit.
know what he does? You know what he does after he gets out of Black Cat? He goes to his bedroom and goes, God, Rosie's back, and I got hairy palms. How you doing?
Oh shit. That's when you think they take off the headset, dude. Those motherfuckers live in that shit. Oh my god.
Pretty much. Well, we're gonna give you the
Holy
last.
shit.
We're gonna give you the last couple questions before we start wrapping this up. First of which is, where did your name come from and why to use it?
I thought it was a cool ass name. I was like, you know, the Gambino crime family. I was like, that's what's up. And that's always been my username since like Call of Duty, like Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2 and stuff.
Okay. And the avatar you're in, what makes you use it, and is there anything about it that means anything to you?
No, it's not an e-boy. It's not something. It's
Just somebody
I look
ready
like
to
I'm
go rob a bank?
I look like I'm from New York, all right?
That's what? From New York? That's what
Or
they wear in New
something.
York?
I don't know. They dress like they have purpose or something.
Okay. Gotcha. Understand.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. It was an honor to actually sit down and talk with you. So thank you for your time, Mr. Gambino.
Oh, thank you, dude. It was really nice of you to allow me to do this.
No problem. Where can the audience find you if they wish to find you?
Nowhere. Punchline. That's about it. I don't have socials.
Okay. Well, we'll make sure Punchline's places will be all in the description for you down there below. And thank you. And yeah, we'll make sure it's all down there for one easy
Thank you
place.
to Alaska for giving me a platform, and thank you guys for interviewing me. It was nice meeting y'all.
It was awesome meeting you too.
No problem at all.
Well, this is the point we'll give you, the audience member, a question. What is a comedian that you like? Who are they and why? Let us know down below, right in the comment section. Tell us all about them. And as always, Mr. Raptor, you know the thing.
Yeah, I know. No matter how much you give people shit in here and the shit you catch, no matter what, sooner or later you look down at your feet and going, am I stepping in my own shit? Think about it. We'll talk to you later. Have a good one, folks.